So welcome to Game Plan Sunday. Today is August 16, and we're going to take a look at the markets, what occurred over the past week, what we noticed coming down the pipeline. Let's put all this information together, see what we can do to make some money. Before we begin, I do want to actually show you guys the site here. As you guys already know, I've been spending a lot of time getting this together for you guys. So I want to show you this little dashboard that's into the site right now. So when you guys get into the site, you have your dashboard there now. So if you haven't seen that before, that's because I've been working on all of this like this whole weekend. And this dashboard right there is just make it easy for you to access everything that you need right in one spot. So definitely look forward to some feedback from you guys as well. Let me know how you guys like these features and functions, and anything else that we can help to give you guys a better experience overall. That's what it's all about. And that's what separates Wall Street Jackboyz from everybody else. All right. So we have this wonderful, beautiful website. It's not some YouTube channel or Discord channel or whatever. It's like all encompassing. I'm like the black Mark Zuckerberg now, right? So for traders, right? So this is like the Facebook for traders in here. So as you guys can see right here, you can access your courses. You can access the forums, the social groups that we have, the news feed, so you can pick up, where you left off at. So in your courses, again, bingo, we got that in there. So you can pick up right where you left off at. And, latest from the community. So you get everything popping in here. Also, other members that's in the group, you can see, who's online right now. You can, chit chat or what have you. We got John in the building. You see that green light right there, let you know that they're live. So if you want to do some instant chats, you could do that, also. Don't forget the chat button down here at the bottom is where we go live at. It's 24/7. Was actually talking about this, how a lot of the other trading communities and groups, these guys are selling, their trades. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you have to follow other people's trades, then you don't know how to trade. It's point blank period. You can pay for it all you want, but your results are not going to be same, right? Because you don't have the exact execution time, the exact capital and everything else that somebody else does. So it's hard. I know people like to try to make comparisons, but it's actually too difficult for that, for you to even really compare, because too many things moving and you're not doing it at the same time somebody else. But these guys are charging, $300 a month, for that type of service. And, we basically encompass a lot of that here in our site. Here's the chat room right here. You guys can see we can get off into the plays, but the chat itself, it's free, so definitely encourage you guys to make sure you get in and on the chat, like on a daily basis. This is where we're hanging out at all day long. So, we got video calls and all that. So anyway, just want to show you guys that. And then I'll just click on this one here so you can see, how quickly it is for you to get to your courses and what have you. So you can see all of this from right here. Cool. All right. So now that we got that out the way, make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed, WallStreetJackboyz.com. What's interesting to me is that, over the past week, what we had to happen, I got this little stock ticket thing in here. Somebody did request that and I put that in there, but I'm going to take that out. So you see it now, you're not going to see it again. I'm taking that out. I don't like it. I had it on the old site, but I took it out and I just couldn't actually remember why I took it out. But then I just figured out why I'm going to take it out. So I'm actually taking it out, so you don't have to worry about that. What happened over the past week here? We did have some economic data that popped off. Let's go down here to the news feed. Again, this is the news feed right here on the website. So, everything that's important is going to be right here on the website. Okay, so that's what we're going down here. And you guys can post to the news feed as well. So any, juicy topics, stock market related, economic related material, you guys are welcome to post. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go back to the inflation. So we had some CPI numbers that came out. You guys can see this right here on the site. You can just click it and it'll, post up, show you guys what happened. So we had that. That's what happened over the past week. We could see that the CPI numbers were actually elevated. You see that drop, and then it popped up. It's actually hitting like some record levels of growth. As you can see, inflation is normally, back to these levels, right? This is pre-COVID levels. See how like low it was. And then because of all the stimulus that we have, you can see, bingo, inflation is here. So you guys already know when inflation is rising like this, right? What is your protection from inflation? What is your protection from inflation? Anybody want to type that in the queue, right? So what is your protection from inflation? Inflation is going to be eating away the value of your dollars. So smart money understands this. So you need some protection of your cash to sit on the sidelines because this loser is depreciating. So smart money knows to get gold. So anyway, this was, the CPI numbers. This is what they're using to measure inflation. And there's lots of debates about, the CPI. Some people call it the CPI, what have you. All we know, this is the way that the government tracks it. Okay. And it's actually, coming up. But it is a belief that it's much higher than even this. And so, yeah, that's right. Mia and Elder said metals, gold. That's right. Gold. That's what the play is. We've been talking about this, a while back. OK. And again, you can check out the articles here. Gold is real money. I've been trying to educate people for the longest, right here in the blogs. Right. Our whole prediction from, the depression here, September 24, 2019, all timestamp. Right. So, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. We got all this, information here. You guys definitely check it out, share it, and XYZ, right? But that's one thing that we saw. We saw inflation picking up since June and sustaining at these high levels here. So we caught that last week. Tesla was popping off with a stock split, 5-for-1. So basically, if you own one share of stock in Tesla, you're basically going to have 5 now, right? So 5 for that one. It's not going to increase the value of stock. You're just going to have more shares, more ownership, more voting rights. So that's what that is. I think, in fact, I don't know if I put it all in here, but this little search button on the website, you guys have questions, right? This little glass up here, click that. And, if you have questions about anything, I do want to advise you guys just to click this and then actually type it in here to see if you can actually get the thing that you're looking for. I don't even know what's in here, but let's see. Stock split. So if you had a question about what's a stock split, right? You just type that in here. Boom. Search results going to go through the website and pick up any information that we have on the site in regards to whatever it is that you're searching. OK, so when you click on it, bingo, you'll go here. And you'll see that's the definition of what it is, right? And I'm gonna just read it to you guys real quick so that, because I want all Wall Street Jackboyz traders to be knowledgeable on this stuff. We don't want no laggies. I don't want nobody to have, it's not like you paying me for all of this, right? All of this is free, okay? So is when a company decides to increase the number of outstanding shares by a specified multiple to increase perceived liquidity and attract new investors at a cheap price. All right, so that's basically all it is. It's the way so they can attract some new money. The price is gonna come down basically. And because it's, the cheaper price, then they should be able, theoretically, to be able to attract new investors, right? So new money, that's the way to fund on new money. Old money is going to get benefit because you're going to have more shares. And that's basically what that is. All right. So just want to make sure that you guys understand what that is. But that's right here on the website. What we'll do is go back to the news feed and go back to what we were actually taking a look at. Cool. So we had the Tesla stock split was this past week. I did post this article here. Me and Mark, we actually had a conversation about this. And in fact, I posted it on my Facebook, and it's interesting. Nobody even, I don't even think anybody even liked it. Maybe they don't quite understand it. But I encourage you guys to go here, click on this little link here, check this out on your own time. It's going to be a video and everything, right? For you guys to know, I've been teaching you guys this past year, right? It's been more pressing for me to teach you guys about economics. That's why we got the time in the markets class that you saw in there. So when you subscribe to the master class, you get the time in the markets class for free, right? But if you don't even want to do the master class, you can buy the time in the markets class, but it's free if you buy the master course, right? So because people say, oh, all the time you can't time the markets. Yes, you can. You don't understand it. That's why I put together that class. So anyway, a part of the economics I've been trying to teach you guys and show you guys, we've been talking about this whole thing called the Great Reset, right? And I just thought this was funny because this is coming from the World Economic Forum. And I know they was asking Trump about it a week ago, and he was talking about it. And so it popped up on my news feed here, the Great Reset. So I want to go check this out. And I just want to encourage you guys to really take a look at this. And you're going to learn a lot from it. So the World Economic Forum is all the top leaders of the world. Basically, they come together and they, basically make decisions on how the world is going to be governed, So that's why I put in here, understand that the matrix is real. Okay. So I call the matrix socially engineered. It's, it's designed to be this way, right? There's an agenda. So we got the Great Reset Initiative agenda, and the Great Reset. We even have Ray Dalio, who's been talking about it a lot. He's been talking about, in fact, when he first came out, he was talking about the Great Reset happens throughout history because he's a student of history, going back thousands of years of studying history. And he talked about the Bible. And I was like, what? What this, billionaire hedge fund guy talking about the Bible? He's like, yeah, the Great Reset, it's in the Bible. It's the year of Jubilee, right? So I don't know if you guys into that, but if you can read it just for literature, whatever you're looking for, just look up the Jubilee, and you'll see that this is something that happens when debt levels are too crazy, way out of whack. And then you get this reset where they just have to, reset everything, right? And so this is the World Economic Forum that has this on their website. That's why I posted this link. So make sure you check it out. And their event is coming up in February. And the name of their event is called the Great Reset. This is not a conspiracy, people. Okay. I know, I jump off into some conspiracies, but this is not. This is like legit. Okay. This is on their website. They're telling you. They don't hide it, but nobody's looking at it. Like I said, I posted it. Nobody, want to talk about that. So, but I encourage you guys to take a look at it on your own time and then give me some feedback. When I say give me some feedback, listen, all you got to do is hit comment and then write your remarks. This is your place of freedom. This is the site for traders. So you guys need to be interacting on here because you post on Facebook. There's a lot of ignorance on there. Everybody don't know what you're talking about when you're on Facebook and you're talking about selling the call or putting this, that, and the third. This is the place where you need to be, popping it right here, right? So I definitely want to hear what you guys think about this. Watch the video that they have, and it's traumatic, okay? It's dramatic. It's crazy, all right? They're just showing death, destruction, all kind of stuff, right? And so all this fear, basically, and they're basically going to be the savers of it, right? That's pretty much what it is, that's the way they're trying to paint it. But anyway, you check it out, and then you can hear from them directly. This is whole Great Reset. They feel like we have to do it at this point because things are going too crazy, which that all adds into, other things that we talk about in the markets, like gold. And, while we talk about the destruction of the dollar, when we talk about inflation, like, understand this is real. We had the unemployment data that came out last week. Y'all know I'll be highlighting some of the things and I'll post it in here for you guys. Basically, the unemployment is coming down. Let me just open the chart real quick so you can see. That was the concern that we had last week. The concern was we start coming up like this, okay? And if it would have came up this way, then that would definitely be the wrong turn. But what happened instead is that it came up like this and then it dropped down like that. So that's not, it's not too scary, basically. But if it would have came up like this, then that would be real scary. So we see the unemployment numbers, again, this is lagging information, but it's coming down. So that was a positive thing for the markets itself, right? So that was a positive thing for the markets, although I do think that they missed expectations from the expectations for how many claims was out there. There was expecting, 15.8 million continuing claims. Okay, so yeah, so they end up just basically missing that, but it's still not, too bad. What else we had in the pipeline? We had the U.S. retail sales. Again, this is about consumer spending. When I talk about you live in the matrix, yeah, we do. Everything is being monitored. What everything that you do, when you spend money, where you spend money, all that is being monitored, is being tracked in the data. And so this is what we're watching here with these economic indicators. And so, yeah, we're just showing that consumers spent less than expected in July as a pullback in auto sales helped cool an economy struggling to shake off the effects of the coronavirus pandemic. So basically it's talking about the spending is slowing down, and, that's actually not a positive sign for the economy as well. So you can net things out. We're still like in a very volatile position here. And the news of the week, right here. I know I was late posting it for you guys on this side. We posted it on Facebook, but Warren Buffett buying gold. Okay, Warren Buffett buying gold. Let's start there before we actually get into the charts and everything. How much time we got? Okay, so all right, I think I'm doing good on timing. So yeah, Warren Buffett buying gold. That's interesting. For you guys that don't know anything about Uncle Warren Buffett, he has been a longtime critic of the yellow metal. That's why I put it here. I wrote here, right? Warren Buffett, slashed his Berkshire Hathaway, which is, basically Warren Buffett's company. They slashed his position in JP Morgan Chase, which is, this is the banks. It's a representation of the banks, getting out of banks. Well, not quite getting out. He's just lowering his exposure in banks. He's still got lots of exposure there, but he's just lowering some exposure. And also got out of Occidental Petroleum, which is an oil company, Goldman Sachs. So these are banks. And then he bought more Kroger stock. Now, this is interesting because I didn't even know he bought more Kroger stock. And you guys was in a chat room on Friday. I had posted a play for Kroger at the end of the market day. So it was like the last 10 minutes. It caught my radar, came in and got in. So it's a little difficult trying to post it at the same time because, you know, I'm active. I'm trading with you guys. I'm running this site. I'm doing a lot of stuff. So I couldn't get out in time for you guys to take the signal, but it was there. So that's interesting. I didn't even know that this is what he was doing. I'm just looking at the technicals, but that's what it was. So it was a clear signal, got the buy trigger on there. So that was pretty dope. And then so he bought some more Kroger stock, and then he initiated a position in Barrett Gold, GOLD, gold. I put in here, Uncle Warren Buffett is a long-time critic of the yellow metal and is now regretfully eating his words. Even the Omaha of Nebraska isn't too old and rich to learn some new tricks. Now, I say that is because, you know, there's no greater investor than Warren Buffett, basically, right? Historically, he's the greatest investor, you know, ever. And he's been a critic of gold. We have a lot of guys that are critics of gold, you know, and that's because gold could be expensive as far as you got to store it, you know, and then you're not earning a dividend. So it's no cash flow on gold. And so what people don't understand, what I was trying to tell OG, you know, my man's in the real estate market, is that, yeah, real estate is great when you're getting cash flow. But when you're getting cash flow, right, you're storing that money somewhere. It's going in your bank. So because it's sitting in the bank, what is that money sitting in the bank earning you? How much interest are you getting on your money that's sitting in the bank? You know, you're not working 100% of your capital, right? So where's that capital going to? And so I'll just tell people, you know, it's a good idea for you to actually get at least, you know, 10% into gold, you know, at least 5 to 10% of what you're holding into gold. So we play a game called Build Your Stacks. And, you know, you guys let me know when y'all play another one. If you missed any of them in the past, they're pretty lit. But that game, it really illustrates the importance of gold. It illustrates all the importance of all the different asset classes and the timing of them. You know, we talk about time in the market. So I like to play that game with you guys to try to build your wisdom on these things, right? Because most traders are just idiots. I'm just keep it plain simple for you guys. A lot of these guys are just dummies. I mean, you got dumb rich people where you say, you know, they make some money. I don't really think they're rich because the same way people make money, they lose money. You get some people that make $1 million, they turn around, lose $2 million, right? And I know that y'all like to look up to these guys, but a lot of these guys are idiots. You know, they're good at trading and, you know, just looking at patterns and stuff like that until whatever system, the edge they had no longer works. But when you're looking at, you know, long term, right? These guys here, like the Warren Buffetts and the Ray Dalios, you got to understand, right? I don't even think I have my literature here. I'll show you guys, but I've been studying this for a while, and I come back and I'll tell you guys what I learned, right? So Ray Dalio was killing it. Robert Kiyosaki killing it. And now we got, you know, Warren Buffett, who's finally coming on board with some gold. Now, why would, you know, Uncle Warren Buffett, you know, put his reputation on the line, eat his own words, right? I mean, that's a hard pill to swallow because he's been a critic of it for, you know, forever, right? Gold doesn't, you know, he just feel like it's useless, right? But he's going into gold now. Why? Is because everybody knows the end of this game. The end of this game is going to be the destruction of the currency itself. And that's what's happening right now with inflation going up. So we just looked at some inflation numbers. So the value of the currency itself is not making any money. Okay. Yields are at zero, right? And then, you know, they're talking about possibly even going negative. So bonds is not even the game, right? So what people would do, smart money would actually go into bonds before they would go into gold, right? So you're like, well, you're either in equities or you into, you know, fixed income. And so with yields being at zero, I mean, you can't make no money, right? What is your interest that you're earning off the bonds? It's ridiculous, right? You're pretty much negative. So there's no other game in town but gold. So this is another reason why I've been super bullish on gold. And I'm a stock trader, right? I'm an options trader. That's not even my forte, but it's as clear as day after I study economics and understand these things, where we have some other guys who have not studied these things in depth, you know, in depth as I have. And so because I saw these things and a lot of the other greats have seen these things, now you guys are starting to see the picture. Now, the interesting thing is that we've already been in the game months before Uncle Warren Buffett, right? When I actually posted the signals, the buy, like, boom, we've been in since then, you know, before then. So you guys should be pretty proud because you even got a leg up on Warren Buffett. Now, his position in gold is not a huge position. He doesn't have a huge position, but you got to understand the data that we're looking at is lagging, right? So he got into those positions, I think about June. And so by now, I believe that he's probably superly increased his position in gold. So we have a well in gold, right? That is a very interesting thing. I mean, you got central banks and everybody else, pretty much, but now you have Warren Buffett. I mean, that's a crazy signal. So, but yeah, that's basically, that's what it is. So, again, you guys check out the site. Here we go right here. And we have groups on the site. So you guys can check out the social groups right here. We have the gold and silver group. I know a lot of you guys is asking about, hey, where do I buy my gold from? Where should I buy silver from? What's the best deals? So it's a community effort. I don't want anybody following me, right? I'm not looking for a cult following. I'm looking for participation from all of you guys. So I can't see everything. When I built Wall Street Jackboyz, that's the reason why I built Wall Street Jackboyz. Mia, Mark, Ron, all of them can tell you the reason I built it is because I can't catch everything. But if we have a community of smart, knowledgeable traders, we can catch it, catch it all together. So like I say, we got eyes all over the bread like sesame seeds, right? I know Ron like that bar. But yeah, so I don't catch everything, right? But I post what I see. If you guys see something, post it, right? Because it may help somebody else. So anyway, when you go into the gold and silver group, I post my connections and stuff like that. But if you guys, know you got some dealers that you're dealing with, check, post them in here, right? So because I just can't post on everything, right? This is like the Facebook for traders. So remember that. So anyway, you guys can see, different dealers and stuff like that. Lots of information. So go into the groups, make sure you join a group. If you're interested into that, then definitely check that out. So what I'm going to do is actually take us back to the dashboard, and then we'll go out to the charts. So just remember, on the website now, we got the dashboards is popping. So make sure you check out the new dashboard. So there's going to be some other changes that's happening, this week that I'm working on. I've been super busy checking, building all this stuff, but make sure you check out your dashboard where you can access everything very easy. And for you guys that don't understand, especially on YouTube side, the website is free itself. You guys will have to pay for the training if you want the training, but if you're already a trained trader, just join the fun. Okay. So definitely jump in the fun. Okay. And trust me, I can't get it popping by myself. I'm going to need you guys' help. I just don't know if you guys quite understand what we have here. So, but it's lots of things that we have built in here, integrated in here, and they're just waiting for you guys to use it actually. So it's not just me, it's about you guys. All right. So that's why I built this, and it's going to allow me to be able to build out new courses and things like that and keep us, up to date at all times. So none of the material is old, all the material is new and up to date. So definitely jump in that. All right, cool. So, all right, here we go. Markets. This is where we are. S&P 500, a stone's throw away from record highs. Let me switch over to my yellow so you guys can check this out. Bingo. Here we go. That's the high. That's the target, right? And we're right there. So about 30 points off. So we're about 30 points away from hitting that new high. I believe that we will actually hit that new high this week. We're too close to not hit this target. I haven't seen a time when we got this close and did not hit that target. So just from experience, I just believe that we're going to hit that target. Although the markets are oversold, we got, overbought. They're extended. They are overbought. They're due for a pullback. We need one now, today, tomorrow, whenever. We need one, but I don't believe that it will come until we clear that. So I do have from this swing here, we got this target up ahead that's still on board. And so I believe that price can at least, pierce, take out this high here, you get a new high up here before we get a sell off. Okay. Don't know if that's what's going to happen, but that's what I believe. All right. And the Nasdaq is pretty high. So let me just cover the Nasdaq real quick. Yep. So basically you got your silver and gold, but that's right. You never know, man. There's so many different silver and gold brokers out there. And if you want the best deal, you got to understand you're trying to get the cheapest, price, above spot. You want to treat it like an investment. You want to know when to get in and get out, stuff like that too. So, I post different ones. I post the ones that I use. I'm pretty confident I got the best deals, but you just never know. Old school dude put me on game. And so I was like, I was just, honored for an old school guy who has some connects. I got my other partner who got some connects out in Europe on the gold and silver, places that you can actually, buy it and get it at a fair price. A lot of these places, they mark up the gold and silver really, really high. So you, as an investor, man, we penny pinch. You got to understand, When you invest, well, for you young traders, y'all probably don't understand because y'all just jumped into the game. But we've been doing this since, commissions was like $20, right? And you pinch as much as you could. Nowadays, y'all got free commission, so y'all don't really know how to miser this game here, but we really miser. In fact, Wall Street Jackboyz, everybody in the group, we try to put everybody on the group where we were actually getting $1, $1.50, $2 commissions when everybody else was paying, $15, so we were getting the best deals back then. Now, pretty much everything is level, so it's like, it's not really that much of a difference with these traders now. Anyway, so the Nasdaq is interesting because it is tapping up against this resistance zone. I mean, of course, the Nasdaq has been pushing the markets. Clearly, you guys can see from that last high. I mean, look how high it's going above. It's definitely due for a pullback. Are we at a pullback zone right now? I do think that we can get that, but I don't want to be the one to short the Nasdaq. Not right now. So, but you can see this is looking almost like a double tops right up in here. Let me actually just zoom in just a tad bit. Okay, we come in. Yeah, so you can see this is bump up against that resistance zone in there. Bingo, just like that. It's done hit that zone twice. Bingo, didn't clear. All right, came down, hit that 100. Bingo, didn't clear. It's coming back down now. So that's going to be interesting to see this week. I think that we'll get a little more clear direction this week, actually. Excuse me, I got a lot of indicators going off over here with the squeeze. Let's actually go into the Russell. So the Russell has actually, last week was actually a great week for the Russell. So the past 2 weeks has been a great week, 2 weeks for the Russell, actually. Where we called this one out as well. As soon as we were able to clear, as soon as the price crossed over the 200 moving average is right here at the 618, price has been, moving into that trend. Now, it did hit that hurdle right there, the 127 extension, 1600. It's still up elevated. The question is, can we push through that or do we breathe again? So that's where I'm at on the major indexes there. And let's see here. That's where I'm at on that. As far as gold and silver, pull those up as well. All right, so this is gold. All right. So I'm just take this high from this low. Now, you got to remember the whole situation in gold, the pop off in gold, the play in gold. Everybody and their mom is trying to get into this now, but we've been in here since back here. Okay, so we got the best entry point right here. All of this is just pure profit, right? So gold had came down to the 50 moving average, right? And you see it's pouncing up, right? And this is a typical play. It'll normally come up to about the 618. So we could possibly see that. And you may see it chop around in here. I'm not too sure, but this is the way some of these patterns are commonly formed. And you see, you may get like a little flag in there. So, but I'm not too sure just yet. But the key thing is that, back, we were waiting for a pullback for those 2 weeks. Everybody was wondering, hey, should I get in now when it was just leaping off? We never got that pullback until, last week. So we got the pullback, came down here, now starting to rise up again. So now people are asking, hey, should I get in now? Because the news broke that Warren Buffett, he's into gold now. But you got to understand Warren Buffett, he was in gold back here, right? So, I mean, he's already benefiting. So this may not be the ideal entry point. So let me actually just get in a little closer real quick. See it chopping around in here. So, yeah, I don't think that this is an ideal entry point just yet. I mean, we still may chop, a little more. If you can actually get entry right here on this 200 moving average, I mean, that's definitely will be a much better entry point. But we got to see how it's going to play out, right? A lot of the news may, push it up because of Warren Buffett's, position. but who knows? We don't know. We'll see this week. And I don't really have any clear signals on it just like that. All I know is that, we had some profit taken up here at the top. And that was, probably old money that's just getting back right that want the profit take. But remember the position in gold, where we had targets up here. Bank of America has a $3,000 target. So when people are asking me, hey, should I sell now? You got to understand this is a long-term play. If you need to go ahead and take profits now, if you want to take some off the top, there's no problem. But, you got to understand if Bank of America got a target of 3,000, my Fibonacci's is down here like 2,500. All right. Bank of America is more bullish than I am. And I think that we just got something new from Goldman Sachs about 3,400 target. I mean, they keep consistently, raising this target. So I'm in it. This is going to move. You got to understand that, gold is a little expensive. So we got silver. And silver, okay, silver is poor man's gold. If you can't afford gold, get yourself some silver. Here you go. Silver has been the best bang. And silver is more volatile than gold, so it's going to have some wild moves. It's already had some wild moves, some crazy rises in here. In fact, we've already pretty much cleared a lot of these levels in here. So just looking at the next zones in here, I can see let's go on up to those levels right there. So yeah. But it's still a little, it can still come down some, right? I believe we may chop around, like I was saying with gold. I think we may chop around here just a little more before we take off to the next high. But long term, we're gonna go higher. We may chop around just a little more now. All right, cool. So with that being said, let me take a couple plays. I know we're right here at time. The setup in Kroger, I was going to show you guys that one real quick. This is the move that was off in Kroger. Just looking at the short play in here from this small little swing in here was coming up to like right there. But this bigger swing, which is inside that swing, it's pretty much about a $40. So I know it's not saying 40 there, but the market's, pretty much like the round things also 39.43, pretty much rounded out to $40, right? So this is the target that Kroger is looking to get to. Now, I didn't know the news. I just saw the technicals. And so you can see, let's actually go here. Okay. So you can see where the price is actually, trying to hit those targets, right? So you got to understand the Fibonacci levels are invisible, but other traders are using these levels and they know where to sell out at. And you can see how the price is behaving towards it, as it comes up. So like that's the whole situation on Kroger. It's in a squeeze. Squeeze hasn't fired off yet. Okay. So still got that squeeze in there. And let's take a look at Tesla. All right, my man Zay, I see you, my man. We get to it. Yeah, so Tesla. Now this is interesting. So Tesla got their stock split. We talked about that earlier. You got the 5-1. So every one share you have an extra 5 after the split. A lot of money is pouring up into Tesla. Okay. We got a buy trigger right up in here, right? We saw the price, come down. This is pretty much like a bull flag, right? You will here. And that will come up like this. Okay. We got the trend moving up. We have a squeeze right here. The momentum is shifting, reversing upwards now. Buy triggers in here. Y'all know I really don't like Tesla that much because it's very volatile. But there's a setup in here. And the interesting thing about this setup is, let me show you something real quick. All right, so from this high to this low, right, we have blown out these targets here. So these are the targets that's here. But we also, when I teach you guys the Fibonacci class, so if you haven't watched the Fibonacci class, so you can learn the Fibonacci, there's some other levels beyond these, the 2618. Okay, so this is the next target. This is red. This is hot like fire. Okay. I do have some green targets in here, but I do believe that, if Tesla clears this, which we got, it's right up against resistance, but it has a buy trigger and we're in a squeeze. So we're up against resistance. We got a squeeze. We got a crossover. We normally can get a pop through. And when it fires, it's going to fire pretty strong. I believe that we'll see the same size, this length of a move, which puts us right here at the 2618, extension up here. So that's the target I got. And that's pretty much 2000. You can see the $2,000 target pretty much right here. This is where Tesla wants to go. This is where investors want to push Tesla at. So I do like Tesla for the long. It is very volatile. So make sure that you got your risk parameters together on Tesla. It is very volatile. What else do we have here? Walmart. Walmart is in a very interesting position as well. So you have another flag in here. Okay. You have a buy trigger here. That little green arrow says, hey, buy me. All right. It's the flag, and we have a squeeze, momentum is shifting upwards. And, we should get a pop on this one, but earnings is in place. So keep that in mind. I think earnings is in about 2 days or so. So this may be one of those earning plays where, in fact, it is going to be an earning situation. So this will be, I don't know why it's not showing me. I believe it's it's the 18th. So 2 days. So you don't want to hold this through earnings. I don't want to be the one to tell you to hold it through earnings, but we're going to get some volatility. We don't know which direction it's going to go from earnings. So from earnings is going to really dictate this play. So, that's one of those things where you may want to wait to after earnings, but the play itself is going to be, I think it's going to be a play into earnings, and we'll go from there. Let me take a look at a couple from you guys, and we'll bring this to a close because y'all know I got to edit the videos. I got to do all of that. Takes a lot of time. What y'all got on y'all radar? What you looking at? My man says to look at Vista Outdoor. This is one of those gun stock joints. We got a gun and ammo watch list as well. And this thing has been, clearing, leaps and bounds, continue to go bullish. And I don't really have any levels on this thing. Let's see. It is, if we go back to the weekly here, it is extended. So nothing goes up forever, but if you take a look at the RSI over here, you see that red there? That lets us know that we're in an overbought territory. So we're in a hot zone right now. So all of this is saying hot, hot, hot. Okay. We did clear this. So that was a good resistance level, but you see how far it is from the mean? The mean is this green line here. So normally price, if you go back here, price normally stays close to that mean. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. If you don't know how to use this, we got a class to teach you guys how to use the moving averages. Price normally, you see price gap away from the mean, snap right back to it. Gap away, snap back to it. Gap away, snap back to it. So whenever price, it can't go too far away from the mean. It'll snap back to it eventually. So because it's so far extended, I believe that it's, it's time for it to breathe, right? So it is a bullish, it is in a bullish position. If you're looking to play this for the long, I think that you can get a better entry on this once it come back down to the, come back to the mean, let that price come back down. Nothing goes up forever. So just, that's the way I see that. All right, cool. Who else we got? AVAV, Aero Environment. This is an interesting one here. I don't think I've traded this one before. It looked like I had some levels in the past that may have caught my attention. And I don't like these levels. Well, it did behave to these levels, actually. Let me go back here. Bingo. Okay. So we use the levels that we can see the price behaving towards. And normally when it's a little challenging for me to actually even see a setup, I normally stay away from it. This one here is a bullish stock. Okay. So trading obviously above all of these moving averages. So I will, expect for it to continue to trade in this trajectory, bullish, until that trend no longer holds true. And my trend indicator, again, this is, a little lagger thing here. but starting to hook downward. So that's a little concerning. We can see it coming down here as well. This could be indication of some choppiness, maybe sideways. I don't think it's going to totally fall off. But who knows? I think that Aero Environment sounds like it's a defense stock. And, they've been doing pretty good under President Trump, under Democratic President Joe Biden. I think, these stocks are going to come down. Trump has been putting a lot of money into those to that industry in specific. So they may be benefiting from that. But overall, the trend itself is, it's bullish. I don't see a setup in particular, but that's the direction of it. John wants Zillow. What's Zillow? Zillow. What do you see in Zillow? Well, yeah, it's interesting. Zillow. I'm surprised Zillow even got this high. I haven't even seen Zillow in a while here. I'm surprised Zillow is this high with the amount of, well, I guess with low interest rates, maybe people are trying to go buy houses. I think we just got some housing data. I haven't seen the housing data look like, anything spectacular. But, I've actually seen that we have millions of people facing evictions, millions of unpaid rent and mortgage that, Trump is trying to pass. In fact, he passed executive orders over the past weekend, not this weekend, the weekend before, to try to stop people from being evicted. And, again, I think we talked about this a little while back with these real estate stocks. I'm not feeling them because my projection on real estate is that it's not good, actually. I believe we'll see more deflation. Now, the only thing that's been holding real estate up is all the stimulus spending, right? And executive orders, right? But it's a nightmare. It's so many people that's, homeless now. It's crazy. So I really don't like these stocks. I don't actually see I don't see why Zillow is actually up. I think that Zillow should probably be further down. If it's not there yet, and I think it's going to go down. So, but the trend itself is bullish. If you're looking at the trend, this is the extension here. It hasn't cleared the 127. We can see we had a spike up, but it came back down immediately. So it hasn't been able to clear that. We may see it trade close up in here. We may see it trade close in here, but it looked like it's going to get stalled out here at this pretty much $80 target. So this is the first extension one. And then we'll see from there. So let's see how it behaves up against the 127, and then we can revisit it. But that's how I feel about that one. What else you guys got? Anybody else got anything else you're looking at? Also, make sure, if you guys haven't, check out what I got. Make sure you check out the Wall Street Jackboyz mask. Okay. See what I'm saying? Got the mask on right now. Wall Street Jackboyz, you can get that in the store. Again, I don't think that these are going to be saving any lives. They look pretty fashionable to me. So, since you're pretty much required to wear one, you might as well rock them in style. So get the Wall Street Jackboyz mask right there. All right, Dustin. All right. And also, my man Dustin, since I got Dustin on here, I'll check this one out as well. Yeah, so this is a flag up in here. I think we can probably get about right there. Now, we do have a divergence in here. We got the trend going down. Momentum is slowing. But on the fast stochastics, it is starting to come back up. And I believe that's from this move here. It seems like it found this floor right here at the 618. So, again, if we can clear the 786, then we can see this thing rally up to 1272. But I am a little concerned about the momentum, on that one. So I want to see that, if it clears this 786, then, the momentum should be able to reverse. So, yeah, I do think that's definitely a bullish trade there. Also, before I go, for you guys that don't know, Justin actually created a group on the website. I'm going to plug him in. I'm promoting Justin right now. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know nothing about this. Let's go to the from the dashboard. Make sure you guys check out the dashboard. Let me know how y'all feel about the dashboard, right? I like the dashboard. I put a lot of work on that. I think that's pretty dope. But Justin created this group right here called the Forex Group. No, Dustin, he's one of the smart investors out there. Justin's a super nerd like me, probably even worse than I am. But yeah, he created this group Forex. So if you guys are into that, join that group, share your insights with each other. And Justin's in the chat room daily as well. So make sure you're in the chat. But yeah, we got a couple of different things going on in the groups. So I just want to plug that in here. So if you're into the Forex market, make sure you check that out. Yeah, Mia, post some Forex trades. Yeah, I mean, we got a group for it, right? We don't need Facebook no more. We don't need any kind of Discord groups. You don't need YouTube. We don't need any of those things. We got everything that we need. We got everything we need. All right. So anyway, make sure that you guys are, keeping us popping. The algorithms. Understand, I am not finished with this. I have so much that I am, my brain is so creative of trying to give you guys stuff that, as a young trader, I wish I would have had, right? And I'm delivering it for you guys so that you guys can actually have it. So make sure that you, take advantage of as much as you possibly can, and also invite a couple of people. Understand that everything that's popping isn't natural and organic. You got a lot of guys that spending thousands of dollars to get popping, and that's the reason why they're popping. And so if you see, well, we don't have thousands of followers. Well, we don't spend thousands of dollars in marketing, right? Because I'm trying to finesse our product, right? And I believe that we're better than the whole competition, but it's not my full vision yet. So, and in order for the full vision to come through, you guys have to be actually using the site so that I can find bugs and make it better. That's the only way. The only reason Facebook is able to operate the way it is because the amount of people that uses it. And so you can share the feedback, and Zuckerberg, he can come in here and he can, create all kind of different, things that make it better. So we're doing something that's totally new. Nobody else is doing this. This is what we're doing, right? This is only Wall Street Jackboyz. You can spend thousands of dollars with, I don't care who it is, whatever the other traders are, and they don't have a community like a website like what we're building here. So, but anyway, make sure you send your people. You can do it right here from the site on your profile page. You just go to email invites, all right? Email invites, put in their name and their email, and they'll get an invitation from you from the website. And they'll go to their email, and if they're interested, then they'll join. So we only want people that want to join. We don't want people that, people invited over. That's how a lot of those groups on Facebook get popping. In fact, when I used to be a teacher at Bullish Bears community, we actually built that community. Everybody was, inviting as many as friends as you possibly can. I probably invited 1,000 people into that group myself. And that's the reason why their group is popping, because everybody sent invitations to their friends to get that group popping. And so I asked for you guys to do the same thing for Wall Street Jackboyz to get us popping, to get this thing popping. I need some help from you guys. Can't do it on my own merit. So, send out as many invites as you can. Make sure you guys go to the Facebook page. Just go to Wall Street Jackboyz Facebook page, and also leave a review. If you benefit any kind of capacity from Wall Street Jackboyz, go and leave a review. If you already have, I appreciate it. Thank you. But if you guys have not left a review, make sure you leave a review. Leave an honest review, and we'll greatly appreciate that, because people people are followers. They're sheep, so you got to give them some kind of social proof. And we do have some testimonials and things like that, but we need more. So I definitely ask you guys to help us out in that kind of capacity. But all of this is on the website. I'm live in here all day long. If you have any questions, make sure you hit me up. You can do live chat. We can do video chat. You can hit me in a DM, which is your direct message box like that. So you got direct access. So just remember that. All right. With that being said, I'll bring us to a close. We'll catch up in the markets this week. Y'all have a good night. Peace.